So Heroes Next Door wants to welcome you back to another episode of Station Cribs. Today we are in Exton, West Whiteland Fire Company in the middle of Chester County. We are in between the 30 bypass, Route 100, and 30 business. Right near the Exton Square Mall. You have a great firehouse here. It's in a community, has a lot of unique features. Let's go take a look. So on the outside of their building, they actually have a memorial, like many of the firehouses that we've seen before, but this memorial is a little bit different. This actually highlights some of the fire police. This is a gentleman, Thomas DiOrio, had passed away on a fire call, protecting the fire guys. You know, many times we think about, the memorials for firemen, but the fire police are just as important, and they do a great job of honoring the memories of those fire police. Okay, now we're gonna head inside. This building was built back in 1973. Let's see what they have to offer. So as we make our way inside the building, you step into a very nice foyer area. In here, there's a couple different doors you can choose from. Over to my left is gonna be their engine bay. We're gonna look at that in a little bit. To my right is gonna be their crew room. Beautiful crew room. It was recently redone. All the amenities that you need to have for a crew room. And then down this is our hallway. You got a couple of bathrooms, but they got a couple of cases that have some of their merchandise. So let's take a look. So as we make our way into the hallway, we're gonna notice right away their trophy case has all their awards that they've earned over the years. I'm sure there's many, many more. This was built back in 1973, as I mentioned. But these are some of the most recent awards for their parades, for their equipment, and wait till you see this equipment. It's immaculate. On the walls here, they got pictures of them actually doing the job. It's a nice way for them to display to the public who come here to see what they do, see the fires that they've been on, and so forth. They also have the honoree wall that tells them, your past chiefs, your past fire police, and those kind of things. Past members are all in this little area for you to view. One of the small details that get overlooked quite a bit are the details about the bathrooms. If you notice right above the bathrooms, you have male and female couplings. They're very shiny. It tells you which room is the proper room to use. But one of the traditions of firehouses is they get the rookies or the new guys to come out and polish those things to the look that they have right now. This last little case they have is going to be their merchandise. Help them out, buy a sticker, get a patch, buy a sweatshirt. It helps them out quite a bit. Before I move on, I want to do one more thing. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Helps us build the program a little bit more. Keep bringing you these kind of videos. So hit subscribe, hit the notification, and we'll keep doing some more. As I make the corner here, we're going to go into their training room, and let's take a look at what they have in there. Every firehouse has got a training room, but check this out. Look at the size of this television. I can barely touch it from side to side. Having equipment like this, not only can they use this for training purposes, but they can also use it as a regular television. So they can come down here during those events such as the Super Bowl, maybe NASCAR weekend, or anything like that. They can hook that up, watch that here with all the guys. It also hooks up to an Xbox. Imagine you guys playing an Xbox or a PlayStation on this thing. How cool is that? So making our way out of the training area, we're walking through the kitchenette into the crew room. This little kitchenette is awesome. It's got a full-size stove. It's got all your cabinetry so you can come in and do your dishes. It's got a full-size fridge, an ice maker. So if you're coming down to hang out and you want to watch the game or you want to hang out with the guys, you have the ability to fix your own lunch, fix your own dinner, and stuff like that. As you pull into this amazing crew room, you have kitchenette tables. So you can host events down here for all your members. It's like a little diner area here. So cook what you got in the kitchenette, come out here. You got pool table you can play with. You got all these recliners, plenty of space, big television, computers to work on, hook up your Xbox, hook up your PlayStation, whatever it is. This is the place to be. This is the place where I would want to hang out. This is the place where you can unwind. You can actually, hang out with your buddies and get to know each other and just relax after those stressful calls, whether it's that fire call or the EMS call. This is an awesome place to do that. So the fun fact about this little area is because they are centrally located in Exton, they actually open their doors to the police and EMS crews to come in here so they can get out of the hot sun or the cold weather and have a lunch on their lunch break. So having a place like this, very cool to have. So as we make our way out of the crew room, you're gonna notice again that this place is huge. But think about it, they have roughly about 20 to 30 members that come out pretty regularly on training days. They also have 12 guys that show up regularly for all these fire calls. So having a place like this to have them relax as soon as that fire call is done is a key to keeping these guys happy. It's volunteerism. So, having a happy crew and giving them the things they need to stay functionable is key to any firehouse. As we make our way across the foyer area, we're stepping back out into the engine bay. In here, they store both engines. They store the ladder, they store the rescue, they store their fire police vehicle, and I believe even they bring in their little UTV of their brush truck. So, having a bay this large is key to any firehouse that needs all these kind of apparatus. But look at the floor. This floor and these racks, they look brand new. These guys come in, whether they're on a fire call or not, they're gonna come in, they're gonna clean up, they're gonna make things looking new for a long, long time. So as we make our way past the engine bay, we're heading towards the back of the place. This is a door that leads back to that training room that we had, where that big screen TV is. So if you're back there hanging out and you get a call, easy access right through there. Next door we have is our cascade room. This cascade room is designed so they can keep their equipment in tip-top shape. They have the ability to fill their own air and take care of their equipment right here. Awesome little room to have. Next little room is the mechanics room. There's not a whole lot in there, a lot of storage, your water bottles, your equipment, that kind of thing. And then the final thing, before we head upstairs, is going to be their engineer's room. This engineer's room has every tool that you need to keep these things functionable. So if you knock a light off, have a tool malfunction, something like that, this engineer's room, they can take care of all those pieces of equipment. So where we're headed next is going to be in the back side of the building. We're going upstairs up the south stairwell, and we'll take you up there and see what's upstairs. One thing I want to talk about is that this wall here is a big separation. It's a brick wall that separates the crews in their living quarters compared to their workstation downstairs. So the bunk rooms that you're going to see in a little bit, they're separated. You don't have to worry about the exhaust or anything like that. Very cool way to do this. It's almost like a split level kind of home. Workspace downstairs, living space upstairs. West Whiteland Fire Company is very proactive in their community. So what they did is they actually invited Euclid Ambulance Service, which is just north of here, to come down and actually have a crew room for them. They rent out the space to the Euclid Ambulance. They have an engine bay that we'll see in a little bit, which is separate from the fire company. Having an ambulance service and a fire company under one roof, even though they're separate companies, is a key for this township. It's a very busy area. You have Route 30 bypass, you have Route 100. Traffic can be very congested during the time, so having an ambulance come down here and make those responses is key to this community specifically. Kudos on them. Let's take a look at what the ambulance service is doing right now with this room. They actually decided to convert this old boardroom into the crew room for the EMS for two purposes. One, to keep them here. Two, during COVID, they wanted their separation between the fire guys and the EMS guys, just to make sure that they're meeting all the precautions you can and stay the safest they can for everybody involved. So as we come out of the EMS room, you have your bathroom available for them too. We make our way down the hallway almost to the end of the building here, and this is where we get into the administrative stuff. They do have a bunk room here. They have 3 beds, so if the fire guys need to stay or the EMS guys decide they want to be here 24/7, they have available space for them to be. You have your EMS officer's room, you have the administration, and then you have the chief's area. What's cool about this, talk about dedication, is the chief's room actually has his own little bunk right here also. The fact that he's dedicated enough that with, those bad calls that come out or the bad weather, he's gonna be here. He's gonna be taking care of your territory here in West Whiteland. So as we're walking out, you may have noticed when I was walking down the hallway, there's a kind of a memorial here. This goes to Albert Greenleaf. He is a member here, or was a member here, from 1953 to 2008. That goes to show the brotherhood that firemen and fire ladies and the fire community have to serve a community for that long. Tells you a lot about the community that you live in. Tells you a lot about the fire service that's here. Imagine working for somebody for that long, or anything like it. This is a family, and this guy is the epitome of that. He was a firefighter. He worked his way up. He ended up being a fire police when I remember him. But man, 1953 to 2008. We're making our way outside the back of the building, and the one thing that I noticed is that this building is actually in a community. Just like a housing development, they put this building right in the midst of a community. It's their house. So if you are interested in becoming a volunteer and you want to serve, come on down, let them know that you're interested. It doesn't matter your age. Right now they have a good group between 25 and 35, but they also have people that are here in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. So if you have the opportunity, you want to volunteer, you want to get involved in a community like this, come down to West Whiteland, give them your information, and then they'll get you started. We're just about finished with our tour, but however, there is more to this building than what meets the eye. We are walking down the north staircase, and there's a Bay 5 back here. This Bay 5 is actually where the Euclid Ambulance Service, EMS, actually stores their rigs. Right now they're out on a call. They're pretty busy, so they're in and out all day long. But they have 2 spaces here for the ambulance service. They have lockers to put their stuff in. They have places to reset their gear. So working again together as a community between an ambulance service that is not West Whiteland, it's a Euclid ambulance, here with the West Whiteland Fire Company is key to the community, and they do a fantastic job of doing that. Making our way down to the main floor from the north staircase and coming down from Bay 5, we come down to this final hallway of the building here. This is where they have their locker rooms and shower. So, you get stinky, you do a workout, you go fire call, you need to shower up, men's, ladies showers, they have it here for you. Last but not least, they have a great workout room. This is another place that every firehouse should have, every EMS unit should have, so we can stay fit. We want to make sure that we're healthy enough to do the job that we need to do. So having the treadmills, which they don't have right now because it's out for service, because they use it so much, stair climbers, free weights, ropes, whatever it is, having this in a firehouse makes the community so much better, because those guys and girls that volunteer have the opportunity to come down, work out, stay fit, and get on the trucks. Coming back from the workout room, we're coming back into the main engine bay on the main floor. I want to take you guys on a tour of their vehicles and see what they actually have here. They have multiple vehicles to service the area well. They have a rescue. They have a side-by-side brush truck. They have a tower, or a ladder, used to be a tower, now it's a ladder. They have twin engines. They have fire police vehicles. They have chief vehicles. Everything that they need to do to service this area well. You got to think of the area that they have right now. They have railroad tracks that run through their township. They have a pipeline that runs through their township. They have commercial businesses and high rises. They have nursing homes that they need to take care of. They have the expressway. They have 202 and Route 30 and 30 bypass. So this station actually does a lot of variety of calls, whether it's for medical calls or whether it's for rescues. This station can handle it. And let's take a real quick look at what they have. So as I exit the engine bay, I mentioned before that this is in a community. This is a community that doesn't have a whole lot of space for them to do a lot of their training, but they use every space available. Across the street here, in this little area where these cones are, is actually where they do many of their trainings. They can actually bring cars up here, set them on fire, cut them apart, do what they need to do their training. What an awesome way to figure out how to use the space that's limited to them when they live in a community such as this. So we're going to do a real quick view of some of the vehicles they have. Right here they have their utility vehicle. This is the one that's going to bring those extra guys. They have their off-road ATV. That is actually set up like a brush truck. So because they have the railroad and they have some of these open field spaces, and they actually have some spaces that have the high wire lines and baseball fields. They needed a brush truck in order to handle that. They do have a regular brush truck, as I mentioned before, but having a smaller one is key. Right here is their rescue. They can do any rescue that you need. You get in a car accident, they're going to be able to handle it. They'll cut you out of the car. They got all the tools necessary to rescue you from whatever you got yourself into. Here is going to be their ladder truck. I keep calling it a tower, but it's a ladder. The difference is it doesn't have the big bucket on front. This is a ladder truck. It services their territory. The biggest building they have here is going to be, I think, a 6-story apartment complex, and that's where they need the ladder for that. So as we make our way down and finish up the vehicles they have, you have twins here. These are 2012 engines. These are their primary vehicles. You're going to take one of the engines and the ladder on most of your calls. So this concludes the station cribs for West Whiteland in Exton area. Once again, I want to put a shout out to all you guys watching. If you're in the area and you want to volunteer, come down, give them your information. They can always use more volunteers. So thank you for watching Station Cribs. But once again, help us keep building this channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification, and we'll keep bringing more to you.